A tight match in Malmesbury with Squint Sprite, the home team at the moment, trailing by those 4 points. But we did see some good tries, didn't we, Gareth Wright?
Well, this was the first try. Anzo Stubbs prominent in the build-up, and then it was a big man who they call Kalisi Matawani. Watch him here in picture. He collects the ball from his halfback and he thunders over, shows enough power and strength to get in under the bar, and that took the home side into a 7-0 advantage. Great play by the scrum off Lafleur, jinxing his way through the Piketburg defense, and the big man showed the handoff, enough power and in under the bar. Then it was the turn of Piketburg. Some neat work by hooker Kankowski. He drew and passed, and watch the pace by his left winger Stander off that left foot. You can see he's an athlete, he's a balanced runner, and he got in for his try in the 31st minute that put Piketburg ahead for the first time in this grade.
Excellent there from Stander. So 2 tries in that first half. But statistically, if we have a look at this match, you know, you'll find a lot of handling errors, which is no one's happy with. But the turnovers conceded, well, both teams guilty there of far too many. And the territory very much in the middle of the field, which is traditionally what you might find. Piketburg slowly coming back into this match. So I guess the big question, Gareth Wright, would be just what are our expectations in the second half? Piketburg playing into a slight wind that they used to their advantage in the first half. Squint Sprite really a very tigerish side.
Well, Squint Sprite will look to play a bit of field position, come down to the bottom left corner of your screens with that wind aiding them, whereas their bigger opponents in Piketburg would look to tighten it up, maybe pick and go a bit more than they have in the first half and suck that Squint Sprite defense in.
So there are weather considerations today, although it's a glorious day. There is a breeze downfield. Both teams will consider to use that in different ways. Yes, the Squint Sprite, well, there's going to be a penalty, and players who are in front of the kicker, you have to immediately... There's a choice, of course, for Piketberg. You have to you cannot advance. Even if you're nowhere near the ball, you have to stand still till you are put on side.
Well, it was the kick downfield. Have a look at the number 5 lock. He's way in front of the kicker, and he had to stand still. And it hands the opportunity early on in the second half to Piketberg for Brennison to try extend this lead and put it out to a 1-score game. I've been impressed with referee John Jordan. I think he's got a great feel for the game, and he's policed the breakdown really well. He's got a good feel with the players out there, and I think he's got a big future in the refereeing stakes, Gavin.
Well, let's hope he has. So it's a big day for him, refereeing a derby like this. We know we've had Jonathan Kaplan in recent weeks. He too loves refereeing schoolboy rugby. I think you end up getting a good workout as well, don't you? Ball is moved all over the field.
Well, Brennison will have to nail this. He's missed his last 2 kicks, and he'll be looking to slot this one over to give his side a bit of breathing space.
You see that ball swinging there, and he's just got it spot on. It's a very good start, that, in the second half. One that they needed. So he had a 50% kicking record today. That's now advanced from the fly half. Besides his goal kicking, I think he kicks very, very well out of hand, does Stefan Brennison. And that's just extending that lead to 7 points. Michon Orense with the half-time drop kick. There's plenty of time there for Adam January, but I tell you what, he's just been hooked back in the tackle. Yeah, Squint Sprite. They're a rhythm team. They like the ball to be moving. They like to create space. They've done it here. Can they finish it? This is Stubbs. Couldn't get his pass out to his left winger, Snyders. This is where they're dangerous, when they've got ball in hand and moving it along. They've got such a good feel. Now's their chance. Surely, somewhere along the line, they must score here. Oh, well, I think that has been knocked on. And that was Matawani, was it? The try scorer in the first half, who got so close.
Well, the ball just had to be moved through the hands, and Matawani was in the hooker for the home side. Adrian Aris just held on for my liking for too long, and Matawani dropped the ball. One man who will breathe a sigh of relief is Adam January from Piketburg. He's let the ball bounce on every occasion and failed to find his touch, and he'll be breathing a huge sigh of relief that they've got out of jail there, and that Squint Sprite haven't gotten the board with a try. The handling errors, 18 in the first 37 minutes, have ruined the spectacle somewhat, but in other ways, it's been great willingness on both sides to give the ball a bit of air, which is pleasing to see at schoolboy level.
You spoke about the referee and that he's having an excellent match. It was good to see his positioning there with Matawani's attempted scoring of that try, which he clearly did knock on. He was absolutely in a perfect position, Jonathan Jordan, to make that call. So some attention to players on the field. I see that Enzo Stubbs has been attended to on a number of occasions, the fly half for Squint Sprite. Seems to be struggling with his left knee. It's another big kick downfield from Stefan Brennerson. Thought the positional play of Ivan Snijders on the left wing for Squint Sprite was not exactly what it should have been.
Kan hij die lijn staan? Die lijn out.
So will we see a dominant territorial possession held for Squint Sprite in this match, in this second half? They have got the wind at their back. Can they use it properly? Where will the pressure come? Was that in straight? No, it wasn't.
Choice, Captain.
So lots of questions perhaps in the second half. And Piketburg in the lead, but Squint Sprite really at the moment looking a team that could well come back quite strongly.
Well, one area of their game they'll have to sort out, it's the lineouts. This young man hasn't had a good day, and he's devastated with his lineout throwing. The number 6, Rowan Matesa, he really is putting his side under pressure and handing the ascendancy back to the men in white.
Bang!
Wynand Smit with a put-in for Piketburg. We haven't seen that many scrums in this match.
What is out?
Good, quick delivery from him to Brennerson.
That's it!
Squint Sprite players are standing a long way back, even although they've got the wind at their backs. They're back defenders, and they're putting themselves under pressure. So it's a penalty for Squint Sprite, for Piketburg rather.
Well, Brennerson with a long kick downfield. Lincoln Joseph just taking his eye off the ball, and good follow-up work by the two centres of Piketburg, Roman Zahl and Clyde May. They look like a useful centre combination and have put pressure on the opposition since the opening minutes.
That's fine.
Good throw in.
Los away.
And eventually the collection is there for Piketburg.
That's fine.
That's good counter-rucking.
Use it.
So the scrum half, Wynand Smit, is under all sorts of pressure.
Nice hands in.
Well, it was a ruck situation, so you can't stick your paws in there. It's a bit of a waste, that one must say, for Piketburg. They'd worked really hard to get up there.
Well, just again, the tactic for me was wrong. They've thrown the ball off the top of the line out of every single occasion. Probably look to consolidate, have a bit of a drive and try get into that 22 of Squint Sprite. But the left winger Snijders just getting his hand in and handing possession back.
Yeah, missed touch finder with that penalty. Doesn't help either. There were hands in there again. I just wonder if Jonathan Jordan is... I'm not suggesting that he needs to go to his pocket, but I think he's got to be a little bit firmer with the players to tell them right now that this cannot carry on any longer.
Well, that's a super touch finder by Brennerson. The breakdown has been a real mess this afternoon, been penalised at will both sides, and I think he needs to go to his pocket to sort it out at the moment, because every time it goes to ground, it's resulted in a penalty.
I'm trying to work out that mascot that I see wandering up and down the field, what it actually is. It might be a foul. Or a turkey. That's better from Piketburg. The combination of Kankowski and Van der Merwe working well.
Hij die bal. Daar is zijn voet af.
And again, you could see the counter-rucking that's coming from Squint Sprite. They're an opportunistic team. Smith, Brynolfsson, May.
Hij is recht.
And once again, has it been turned? No, it hasn't been turned over on this occasion.
Lief tackelen. Bal is uit.
That ball was out, so here they come again. This is the danger. Oh, there's no one at home at the back. And here come the big chasers. The two number 13s going at full tilt. Which way does it bounce? Oh, it's carried back eventually by Roman Zal. And Squint Sprite's put in.
Well, Piketburg will be livid on attack, turning the ball over. Great kick downfield, and then it was a foot race between the two number 13s, Sean Orenser and Roman Zal, and he just gets in there. Zal, he carries it back over, and it's a scrum to Schoonspruit. On the 5-meter line, look for an attacking move, possibly the big number 8 from the home side, Cheslin Karasi, breaking off and having a run at Brynolfsson at the opposition fly.
Yeah, they've got plenty of options, but the first one is to make sure that the scrum is secure and solid, which it isn't. Whoa. Oh, we nearly saw a tight head there for Piketberg. But it'll be another put in by Squint Sprite. Stubbs is standing very wide for Squint Sprite. He's quite flat, which is what I like to see. That he might just use a little bit of lateral movement to flummox the opposition. But it's the number 8 who does in fact pick up the pass to Stubbs, and Enzo Stubbs gets over. A crucial try at an appropriate time for the home team.
Well, it was the big number 8, Karasi. He had a run at the opposition at Brynolfsson, tied him up, managed to get the offload, and it's that man, Enzo Stubbs, who scuttles in for a try. Well deserved by Squint Sprite, and the dance to finish it off.
Goodwill could see it to bring the teams level. You know, he wastes no time with these kicks. Or he hasn't to date. Blunks it down. Comes in and hopefully for his team whacks it over. We've got a game in our hands.
Well, it was the big number 8 who initially broke off the base of the scrum. It was the fleet of foot by the fly of Stubbs, showing his 7 skills, getting in under the bar and squaring this contest up again.
Bear in mind that Piketburg were in a favourable position before they conceded that try, having been on the other side of the field. So they'll also be ruining the opportunities that have existed for them. This time it's Squint Sprite with a little handling error. So a little handling error, there have been too many of them in the match.
Well, for me, that's just criminal. From the restart, you want to gather it, play a bit of field position, and coach of Squint Sprite, Renaud Diogo, will be tearing his hair out. They've just got back into the game, and now they've handed possession over to their visitors.
The kick was straight into the sun, but of course you can't use that as an excuse. It's excellent running there from Zal. Straightened the line, importantly. And now a little knock-on. Well, it's become the order of the day, hasn't it? Little knock-ons.
Well, Gavin, just for me, the Piketburg pack are looking to run with the ball. They're not doing their work at the breakdown. They're not cleaning out effectively, which is allowing Squint Sprite to counteract and get their hands on that ball. And to their detriment, it's going to cost them in the end if they keep playing like this. Piketburg, they'll need to tighten up that area of the game.
Get out!
Now, Squint Sprite are defensively
Scrum!
in their 22.
Side, number 9.
However, I'd be careful with this team because they just suddenly start running at you. You never quite know what they're going to do. Good fielding there from Joseph and a good handoff. Transfer of ball to the correct arm. So good technical play by the right winger. Bernison. Maybe a little grubber kick might have been the order of the day, but they want to just hold on to possession for a while, which is probably the right thing. They haven't had enough of it. Kankowski.
You play from the side, number 7.
Oh, now it's given away. Well, that would have been an interesting race. They'll come back for a penalty,
Number 7.
pretty much slap in front.
Play from the side. From the side.
That penalty against Wade Peters. Not the first time that he's been penalised at the breakdown point.
Daar was die bal. Hij kan het spelen. Ah.
Well, they've made the decision. They're going to kick it goal. And I think it's the right one.
Well, Wade Peters has given away a plethora of penalties today, and handing an opportunity to Brenison to extend this lead now to 3 points and get Piketburg heading out in front.
Yeah, that advantage becomes important as the minutes tick by. Gave that a real whack, didn't he? Bernison gaining in confidence. That's 4 successful penalty kicks at goal today. And the Squint Sprite team will realize that they're giving away far too many penalties within kicking range.
Well, this tactic of Squint Sprite and kicking off to the right-hand side, it just baffles me somewhat. They've got a wind blowing into the bottom left corner, and you'd presume that they'd like to try suffocate Piketburg in this bottom left corner. Instead, they're handing Piketburg an opportunity to exit their lines, and there again, they've got out of jail by some efficient play off the boot of Brenison.
Meneer, kijk vir meneer hulle vra asseblief om daai kant van die veld, daar by die technical zone te wees asseblief man. Asseblief, daar aan die ander kant, asseblief.
Well, you heard the referee there talking to the management of Piketburg and asked them if they wouldn't mind going to the other side of the field.
Okay.
Not too sure why. Chris van der Merwe is in picture. Squint Sprite thrown, but it's been slapped down on Piketburg's side, but that's no good for them, and it's another knock-on. Referee wisely deciding, let's see if we can play advantage, because with all these knock-ons, we'd have such a stop-start affair.
Advantage over.
Now this fellow is quick. If he gets ahead of steam, Stubbs with a catch. Carried in by Cheswell Lafleur. Stubbs, chip and chase. Brilliantly fielded by the scrum half, fly off rather. But he couldn't get his pass away. In fact, he didn't need to pass. Just needed to have set up the next phase, held on to it. But again, this home team show how dangerous they can be with ball in hand.
Well, here's the option from Stubbs, a good chip and chase. I thought he could have possibly moved it to his right. He had numbers aplenty, but he did also well to catch it, but unfortunately knocking it on in the red zone of Piketburg. There you see the tackles made. Squint Sprite have made 39, have missed 10, where Piketburg have made 45 and have missed 12. So really not too much on defense to write home about. Both sides missing a fair number of tackles there.
Yeah, that's technically 100% growth. I mean, that is unfortunate.
Yes,
You know, nevertheless, there's been a lot of excitement in the game, which is good. Is really good to see. When you have statistics, and these days teams map their statistics, they have a close look at it, they learn from it. So you go to practice next week and you will analyze what you did well as what you did wrong.
That's fine.
And try and increase and improve things as you go forward. FNB Classic Clashes have really provided the country with, and the young boys like this, an opportunity of very, very decent exposure.
Grounds! Bind! Scrum! Stay!
Well, the scrum's taking place while the medical team are trying to get off the field. Just as well the ball didn't come their way. There they are in the bottom of your picture.
Well, Squint Sprite have definitely got the hit on their bigger opponents at scrum time. They're putting a fair amount of pressure, which is making it difficult for the Piketburg to clear their lines.
Yeah, it's again, you know, this just with the wind as it is, it looks like it's picked up a little bit, so it's counting in Squint Sprite's favour in some respects. Taken at the back by Wade Aronsa. Well, they got numbers all over the place here. Have Squint Sprite. Quick clean out from the breakdown point was what they needed. I'm not sure that was the right option. When you're going in the direction of JJ Stunder, number 11 of Piketburg, he is like lightning, this fella.
Well, just the wrong option by Gertie Lafleur. Ball in hand is the order of the day at this stage. He sides behind on the scoreboard, and you would think that he would know better to kick away possession like that.
Just under 17 minutes left of this match, as we see a good deep drop in there from Björnesson. Very adept at moving the ball through the hands of Squint Sprite. Now all sorts of pressure on Adam January. Now the fullback's done really, really well. He's given a bit of a platform for Wynand Smith, who hasn't really used it because that kick went straight up. Now here's another chance. Two quick men. Oh, the pass to Joseph eventually was maybe not a great one.
Well, 25 handling errors after 55 minutes. Nearly a handling error every second minute, which has ruined this contest somewhat. Good work by Squint Sprite, moving the ball into space, and a golden opportunity gone amiss. Just not the greatest of passes by Aronsa, and Lincoln Joseph taking his eye off the ball. And oh dear me, he's dropped it, which was potentially a try.
Again, for most right-handers, your natural passing movement is to the left-hand side. That was to the right, so it's just something that you can also work on. Just keep practicing. Make sure that you are adept at passing on both directions.
Bang!
That one a little bit above his head.
Stop.
Björnesson, it's another kick from him downfield with the left foot. But they're still very much in their territory, Piketburg. Remembering last year, Squint Sprite won by 16 points to 3. This game a little bit tighter.
Well, look at that territory stat. It's been Piketburg 58% as opposed to Squint Sprite, who have got 42% of that. And the possession stake still in favor of the visitors, Piketburg at 55%.
That's quick cleaning from the line out. With the players lining up. Captain Cheslin Karasi.
Leave it wide!
Well, Squint Sprite got absolutely no thought of kicking at goal. They want to score tries. Piketburg were not back 10 meters, so they'll advance another 10. And will they now think about kicking at goal?
Well, decision time for the home side. 17-14 down. My initial thought is to kick for goal, square the contest up. Their lineouts haven't been efficient the whole day.
Well, they decided now they'll take a little tap and run. A very adventurous side this, I must say. You can see they really enjoy the opportunity of carrying the ball. And here's a real chance for them. Oh, Isn't that brilliant play there from little Gartwell Lefleur, the scrum half. He dodged a couple of really big fellows to get through for a fantastic try. Number 3 for Squint Sprite.
Well, they've vindicated their decision to tap and go. Van Smith had Lefleur, but he managed to swivel out of it off the left foot. And look at this swallow dive. Brian Abena would be happy to see something like that, Gavin.
Yeah, I don't like those swallow dives. The ball could get just dislodged or something could happen. But he was just so excited about the opportunity of getting his team into a favorable position.
Ek het wel al 'n keer gesê om daai kant wees en so aan. Reg? Dat Jane daar of iemand kan hulle hulle moet kom. Hy TJ ons. Die manne kom weg ali.
Goodwill Kutsia. He's got 2 successful kicks at goal to date. Keeps it low, but not straight enough. Well, Piketburg will breathe a sigh of relief because there's only a 2-point ball game, yeah? Which means that the reliable boot of Brunison could come into play to win this match by 1 point even.
Well, it was good work by Lefleur. He managed to swivel out of the tackle from Smith, and over he went for a well-deserved try. He's been industrious this afternoon, the young scrum off, and he's put his side in the lead.
Squint Sprite's another attacking opportunity for them. They create space so well. Oh, interception, this time from Wilbrecht van Wyk.
Is it tackle or release?
They had numbers there. Kankowski takes it back in field.
Lost blow. Roy.
Seem to be a little bit more secure, not playing too wide, Piketburg. I can understand why on occasions, because once this team gets hold of the ball, Squint Sprite, they are absolutely incredible at carrying the ball when they're not dropping it and scoring tries. And that kick downfield is a very wise one, I would say. They know the time is ticking on. Squint Sprite, they know they've got the lead.
Well, it was a timely interception by the right winger, Wilbrecht van Wyk. Squint Sprite had men aplenty on as an overlap. He went to ground, and again, the ball being turned over, but he saved his side from a certain try on the other end of the field.
Come on, 15. Any 15.
Bernison. Oh, a little bit of space created here for January. And the speedster, JJ Stander. Will he get a favorable bounce? Oh, it's Wade Peters that comes away with it. Stander clinging on to him. It's all happening, yeah, I can tell you. Snyder's with a kick downfield. Hugging the middle of the park. Change from Smith. Now big Borno van der Westhuizen, the captain.
Play Roy.
Have they gone in the right direction there?
Los
Borno van
Roy.
Deventer
Hy het gelos.
didn't seem to have a lot of support on the blind side. So they're rumbling it up, Piketburg. That's Peter Hicho-Wiem. There's huge competition for that ball on the ground. I think it might have been turned over. Yep, Squint Sprite come away with it.
Leave it wide.
Good work there from Matawani.
Nee. He got it.
Oh, so much good work has been undone here by Piketburg, giving away that penalty.
Calm down.
Well, it's been frenetic end-to-end stuff, Gavin. Both sides showing a willingness to put the ball through their hands. And Piketburg again infringing, just being offside there. Referee Jacobs adjudicating. And Squint Sprite, a timely decision to clear their lines and get into the Piketburg half.
Michon Aronson makes 100% sure of the kick on this occasion. Matawani is getting some, he's still getting some attention. Of course, he's one of the line-out forwards, so he's a man you want to be up and about for this throw-in.
Praat aan my. Twee, 4, 3, 4, 5.
Well, a real opportunity to contest the line out here by FNB. Try win possession back for his side.
Well, Matawani's not even standing in the line out. He's up and about. Not too sure why. Stubbs.
Advantage over.
Oh, the chip kick. It's very well read that by Roman Zaal. And he's brought his fellow backs into play. Bredesen, the drop attempt. He's struck it really well and straight. Well, Piketburg are back in the game.
Well, what an option by Bredesen. As soon as he struck it, he turned. He knew straight away that it was over. Good work by the hooker, Kankowski, to truck it up, but Bredesen, oh so sweetly, off the boot, and he's put his side back into the lead.
Well, it's been the boot of Bredesen versus the runners of Squint Sprite in this match. Bredesen deciding to take the short route this time, just to get it into touch. Well, both teams have got to guard, or rather Piketburg in particular, guard against giving away a penalty. It's in a kickable position. They're in their half of the field. There's just over 6 minutes left of this match. Line out throw in from Aris to Pitters. Stubbs. They're lining up here. Oh, Squint Sprite. But for the umpteenth time, they've got it knocked on. The referee, perhaps for the first time, didn't allow enough advantage, unless there were 2 knock-ons there, but perhaps should have left Piketburg with the opportunity.
Well, Matawani, who's been so good this afternoon, wasn't the greatest of passes, just took his eye off the ball, and he's handed an opportunity for Piketburg to carve off a bit of territory and get into the Squint Sprite half and try close this game out.
Oh, we said this game could go down to the wire, literally. Just have a look at that.
Step up.
1 point in it.
Out! Bang! Scrum. He's out.
Smith, Bredesen, and he'll be asked to just kick the ball upfield, win some field position for my team. And it's another very good kick from the educated left boot of Stefan Bredesen.
I've been impressed with Bredesen. Gavin, as a left-footed fly off yourself, he's got a good feel for the game. His kicking off the boot has been fantastic. At goal, he's only missed 2 attempts, and he's really got his side into a good field position to contest and win this game for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah, I think his option taking has been excellent. He's, you know, where he's kicked and how he's kicked. Also been a few chips and chases. They've played the game quite tight of Piketburg, but they've been winning so many penalties. I mean, he scored 15 points already.
Fine, play on.
Of his side's effort of 20.
Right, roll now.
Bredesen into May. Big strong fella, carries it up well. But there's another penalty accruing here for Piketberg. This could be very, very important for them. Because if they get this kick over, they've surely got to kick a goal, which they're going to do. If they get this over, then it's a 4-point ball game, so it's not a penalty game then.
Well, it was another big run by May. Goodwill Punakutia just going high around May's neck, and he's handed an opportunity to Bredesen, slap in front. No kick is ever easy, but you'd expect him to bang this over and put his side into a 4-point lead.
Yeah, this could well seal the game for Piketburg. You say that, anything can happen in the last couple of minutes, but this will be a big nail in the coffin. Doesn't change anything in his technique and makes 100% sure. So 6 successful kicks at goal from Stefan Björnsson.
Well, Squint Sprite are now going to have to throw caution to the wind. They are going to have to move the ball through the hands and look just to get a try and get themselves to win this contest.
And it'll be a try that they'll chase. This time they've kicked it downfield now. Well, Björnsson could have just let that roll. It decides, no, I'll catch it. Let me keep control of this match from the fly half position. Now, is the wind out of the Squint Sprite sails? Do they have what it takes to score a try?
Well, lineouts have been their Achilles heel. Let's see if Ruan Aronsa can get it in straight again. And Squint Sprite can launch an attack from here.
It's fine.
Now, this time they got it spot on. That was much better play from them. Now they want to use a driving maul from that line out. I'm not sure that that necessarily would be their best option, but it is a change of tactic. So far, so good for them. Held at the back by Cheslin Karasi there. Captain Stubbs, straight running here from Devon Smith, but he's tried to offload. It's gone forward.
Advantage over.
And as soon as the kick came from Björnsson, the referee shouted advantage over. So they still have an opportunity. Now, question of tactics. Quick take. No thought of kicking for the corner flag. Aronsa is brought down. A strong tackle from Stander. That's good support. That's good offload in the tackle. And with the speed that they can do the Squint Sprite, they have a chance of scoring. They have a very real chance here. This is going to be a try, surely, for Karasi, their captain. Well, I'll tell you what, this grandstand that we're in here has absolutely erupted. And these people here knew that their team could do that. They had the ability to carry the ball through their hands if they didn't knock it on, which is, as you said as well, Gareth, it's been one of their Achilles heels.
Super work by Squint Sprite. They managed to string a few phases together. Good catch pass, drawing and passing the last man. And have a look at the captain, Courageous. He's been industrious the whole day. Cheslin Karasi thunders over for the match-winning try in the corner.
Goodwill Kutsia will attempt the conversion. But if you have a look at the time there, it's basically time up. Could this be the last kick of the match? And in all probability it will be. So it doesn't really matter. Oh, off the upright. There's the final whistle from the referee. And boy, oh boy, are they popular victors, Squint Sprite. They won last year. They win again this year, even although it was right to the final minute. But they showed their supporters that they had what it takes to finish off this match. One has to say they scored 4 tries to the 1 try of Piketburg, and I think that says plenty in itself as a couple of the fences go down and all the supporters have come onto the field. Final scoreline here in Malmesbury, Squint Sprite 24, Piketburg 23.
Well, Squint Sprite have won this FNB Classic Clash 24-23, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat down to Gavin Cowley on the field.
Thanks very much, guys. Well, what a fantastic tussle it's been here in Malmesbury. Great to bring rugby out here. Great to have these derbies too. And this is very much a traditional derby that last year was won by Squint Sprite. And this year, well, they were just about due to lose it, and then they pulled it out of the fire. As usual, we have an FNB man of the match. And with us today, we have Mr. Werner Schreiber from the sponsors. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And the man of the match is, in fact, the little scrum half, Gertwil Fleur from Squint Sprite. Julle het 'n baie goeie wedstryd gehad vandag, maar julle is baie laat nou daai laaste ding aangeteken, hè?
Ja, nee, Ik kan eigenlijk zien, man. Dat was bij zwaar. Net die oefening wat is op de verjaardag is nou uitgewerkt. En dat is wat we doen.
En as ons nou praat van 'n wedstryd wat julle gewen het op die ou end, wat het dit vir julle beteken deur die loop van die wedstryd? Wat het dit eintlik vir julle gewen boonbehalwe daai laaste 3?
Gewoon net fokus en net ons vestiging gemaakt op Jesus Christus. Dat is hoe die game laat om te winnen.
Well, wel gedaan. En meneer Schreiber is hier langs jou. Are you handing something over to him? Mr. Schreiber, no, you're not. But certainly, he is our man of the match. So congratulations once again to Gradwell. Well done, and thanks for the entertainment that was provided today. Right, we also have the losing captain today. And our losing captain is Barno van der Westhuizen from Piketburg. Barno, 'n groot jammerte dat julle daai wedstryd verloor het vandag. Maar baie vol seisoen vir julle tot dusver, né? Ek sien julle het ook getoer in Frankryk en so julle is lekker aan die gang.
Ja, het was 'n lekker seisoen geweest sover. Ons is onoorwonne, maar ongelukkig het ons nou verloor. Schoonspruit was 'n beter span, so ja, dank.
Julle het goeie wedstryde gehad in die laaste klompie jaar natuurlik teen hierdie span en vanjaar miskien het jy 'n gevoel gehad op 'n stadium dat julle die game gehad het. Baie goeie skopskoen en so aan, maar daai laaste 3 dit gebeur in rugby.
Ja, soos ek sê, dit was ongelukkig die laaste 3 en ja, dit was elke jaar was nog 'n sterk en harde wedstryd geweest. Soos hierdie jaar weer en sterk te sê ook weer vir Schoonspruit vir hulle seisoen vorentoe.
Okay, Barno, jy is op skool, so jy speel rugby aan die een kant en aan die ander kant is jy natuurlik in die klaskamer ook. So, maar ek dink daar is 'n prysie vir jou. Laat ons sien, daar's 'n prysie vir jou. Bietjie leesstof. Dankie Barno van der Westhuizen. And then the captain of Squint Sprite, Cheslin Karasi. He wasn't just the captain today. He was also the man that scored that famous last try in a game that was just so tight it was too difficult to believe. So Cheslin aan die eerste kant veel geluk met die wen vandag en veel geluk met daai 3 vir jou.
Baie dankie. Nee, as ongelooflik om te weet dat ek wil eers dankie sê vir ons hemelse Vader. Toe hulle daai penalty oorskop het ek vir hulle gesê dat alles is moontlik as ons net glo en ons weet dat ons vesting is Jesus Christus en ons nooit moed opgee nie. Toe hulle sê 6 minute het ons nooit moed opgegee nie en ek kan net vir die span dankie sê. Ek dink my 3 is maar net my 3, maar die span se samewerking was by ouene my dag die beste geweest.
Wel, jy praat soos 'n goeie kaptein en 'n leier. As 'n mens kyk na die wedstryd self, ek meen daar was baie keer omgekeerde besit in die loop van die wedstryd en balle wat aangeslaan was, maar boonbehalwe dit was 'n fantastiese wedstryd en so baie mense wat hier kom kyk het.
Ja, ek weet 'n wedstryd kan 'n mens kan altyd die onmoontlike verwag. 'n Mens moet altyd weet dat Piketburg is 'n goeie span. Hulle sterk fisies voor. So ons is gewoonlik hartelbrakby. Dis maar die rugby waarvoor ons speel om fiks te wees en die afgelope seisoen het ons goed gedoen en Piketburg het baie goed gedoen en ek kan vir Piketburg baie dankie sê dat hulle opgekom het en ek wil vir die supporters baie dankie sê. As dit nie vir hulle was nie, dan sal dit ook nie moontlik gewees het nie.
Ag baie dankie Cheslin en soos ek nou vir die ander kaptein gesê het van Piketberg, hier is 'n bietjie leesstof vir jou ook, so dis gaan nie net oor rugby, opvoeding is ook bietjie lees. So Werner Schreiber het vir jou boekie hier langs aan en ek sien daar's ook 'n trofee.
Well, there you have it from with the West Bank Stadium. Squint Sprite clutching victory from the jaws of defeat, 24-23 against Piketburg High School. It was a handling error, 16-12, that riddled the game. Tackles made 53-64, but ultimately it was Squint Sprite who won the game by 1 point. Good afternoon from Malmesbury.
What?